Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading How Do You Skinny People Stay So Thin? Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. For me, it is a very complex reason that can be summarized with, I don't feel very hungry. Same, like I want to eat, but like I'm not hungry whatsoever, and it can last the entire day. Calories in, less than calories out. It sounds condescending as frig, but I used to weigh 118 pounds, 53.5 kilos, and I decided I wanted to get in shape and started to count calories. Once I realized how little I was actually eating, I gained 20 pounds in about 5 weeks. While I don't calorie count that much anymore, I am so acutely aware of food density from that period of my life that I can easily moderate my weight with a little effort. Just gotta be aware of what you're putting in your mouth. Portion control. Eat smaller portions and train your stomach to be satisfied with the proper amount so that you don't overeat. Listen to your body and only eat when you need to. Listen to your cravings and be specific with what you eat to satisfy that craving. You want to stay far away from mindless eating or eating when you're bored. Sugar is a gateway drug. Be very careful how much you consume because eating more will make you want more and it can be hard to come back from. Eat balanced meals, healthy meals. Do not buy a lot of junk food at the store. If you don't have it, you can't eat it. You don't have to diet or cut things out, just be mindful of how much you are eating. Eat slowly, savor each portion, and you will feel fuller. Keep beverages close at hand, preferably water. Drink a lot of water. Add Mio if you want extra flavor. Don't put sugar or cream in your coffee. You can add salt to your coffee grounds to cut the bitterness, or cinnamon to add flavor. You can have things like soda, but limit yourself to one per day. It's all about mindfulness, control, and training your body. Metabolism. A life pro tip, you can alter your metabolism. The easiest way is to build muscle, which requires more calories to maintain. Once you get enough muscle, it isn't much to run a calorie deficit, you can eat whatever you like. In my opinion, you can totally outwork a bad diet. Former fatty here. I'm skinny now because I had to teach myself that although sugar was my drug of choice to cope with the complex PTSD diagnosis I've had since age 6, the comfort it gave me was fleeting. I have to keep veggies on hand so that when I binge to cope with stress, it's carrots and not chips. I had to learn to love 100 hobbies because they're what I do to distract myself from food. Here's the misconception about being fat. It's gluttony and willful laziness. Here's the reality. Sugar is, in fact, highly addictive. Poor people food is loaded with it, and as a kid it was a substance I had access to. I didn't become an alcoholic like my mom or a drug addict like my dad. A pint of Haagen-Dazs is how I would drown my sorrows, stresses, and fears. I just have some sort of werewolf or mutant metabolism. It doesn't matter what I eat, how much of it, or the time I eat, I am always hungry and I eat. I am a 5'6" dude who is 27 and has never weighed more than 125 pounds my whole life. I choose to work out and I love running and playing sports, but I also sit around a lot and eat maybe 6 meals a day like a hobbit. I love it and hate it all at the same time. This is kind of a silly question, but I will give some more tips and tricks other than the simple diet and exercise, because it can be extremely difficult for some people to adhere to those. Substitute vegetables for your daily carbohydrate intake, or at least a significant portion of it. Vegetables such as spinach, cucumbers, and lettuce are well over 90% water. Because water is denser than nearly all foods, you will be able to fill up quicker than you would by eating goldfish or other sources of carbs. Don't buy family-sized snack packs. Measuring servings will allow you to really consider how much food you are taking in. This is especially important for carbohydrate-heavy foods. Mitigate all intake of sugary drinks and coffee. Four of the healthiest things one can drink as an alternative are water, sparkling water like LaCroix, bubbly, and generic brands, stick to citrus flavors, black, unsweetened coffees, and teas. Sparkling water usually destroys that desire for other sweet carbonated beverages and are a personal favorite of mine. Find other things to do besides eating. This is a catch-all for anyone trying to do less of something, whether it's mechs, drinking, or trying to become sober on almost anything. Clean up the house, read a Wikipedia article, anything to stop those hunger pangs. Keep food in the kitchen, it reduces temptation. Cook your own food. I also utilize this technique. It wastes time I could be using to lay on the couch and watch TV, eating Cheetos and fried chicken. Don't make any super drastic changes to your lifestyle. Don't live a sedentary lifestyle. And don't think, I'll eat healthy tomorrow, because then it becomes a procrastination string on events. I eat one meal a day and snack around a bit otherwise. Total caloric intake is a little less than 2,000 a day usually. The short answer is that your stomach grows or shrinks based on how much you eat. I have a weak stomach and a lot of foods don't agree with me, so I spent a year or two barely able to eat more than a meal every day. Now my body doesn't want to eat more than that. I know I could if I pushed it, and I honestly should since I'm on the edge of being unhealthy. 140 pounds at 6'2". But during the pandemic, I have less interest in trying to eat healthy and more interest in conserving food. Besides, with my stress levels the way they are, I can't eat much more than I do, even if I wanted to. Some of it is metabolism, and for some people it's habits. Intentionally not finishing your meal serving, taking the stairs over the elevator, walking down the block to lunch instead of driving further to a place you like more. And just small decisions that turn into habits and became subconscious actions. I used to be the chubby guy in middle school and high school, peaking at around 200 pounds. I lost 35 pounds and gained 20 back as lean muscle and have maintained that weight. Here's how. 1. By working out. I have generally found weightlifting more enjoyable than running because it's terrible on the knees. During quarantine, I've ridden my bike a lot. 2. By tracking calories. You'd never believe how much or how little you eat on a day-to-day basis and how bad certain foods are for you. Taking it one step further, I bought a food scale and I weigh my food regularly, especially when meal prepping. 3. By drinking a lot of water. 4. By eating a lot of vegetables, a moderate amount of lean meats, and throwing out bad carbohydrates, i.e. high fructose corn syrup, candy, etc. This keeps you fuller longer and makes you feel better in general because you're not getting filler calories. Everything about vegetables is good. Look up the Mediterranean diet. It's what we recommend in the healthcare clinic for people with things like hypertension, diabetes, and obesity. 5. By having a vision and setting goals for myself. It's what keeps me going to the gym and working out, especially on days that I don't feel like doing so. You can't become lean if you don't make it happen. Some people, like my husband and my father, eat a lot of crap, never exercise, and are as thin as a rake. I think that they have a high metabolism and won the genetic lottery in that sense. Some people have to put in a lot of effort to stay thin, exercise daily, do cardio, lift weights, count calories, eat clean and whole foods, etc. For me, male, it's a combination of a naturally good metabolism, which I admit is unfair, and daily exercise, as well as a fairly balanced diet that does not consist of many sweets. The largest I've ever been in my life was 150 pounds at 5'7" to 5'8", which is pretty big for me. Before I started karate, in which I went down to 125, which is probably my natural weight. And now I put on some muscle weight, so I'm sitting at 138. I know that I've had genetics on my side my entire life, but to suggest something to people who are looking to lose weight, the quickest way in my limited experience is eating healthier and doing a dynamic exercise that builds muscle and doubles as cardio. Something like karate, seeing as that's what I did. So, stuff I learned from a dietitian. Eat at least a little bit of breakfast to get your digestion going. My hazy memory says it does something for metabolism. I don't remember what the best thing was, but for us, we settled on a cheese stick and an apple. Make your plate 1/2 vegetables, no more than 1/4 carbs and 1/4 protein. Try to eat dinner around 7 p.m. It has something to do with circadian rhythms, hazy memory. Don't go to sleep immediately after eating. My memory says all the calories get stored instead of being burned. Eat at the table and not in front of video games or the TV. This is to encourage mindful eating. Eat slower. Be aware of the texture and the taste of your food. Avoid caloric drinks. Oranges are better than orange juice because the fiber slows down the sugars hitting your bloodstream, and better from a diabetic standpoint. This is just the best of my memory, which isn't great at the best of times. Talk with an actual dietitian. They can help you build specific habits for your life and take into account your specific challenges. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day from our subreddit. Our subreddit is a place to share pictures, ask questions, and get support on your weight loss journey. To join, just open the description below and click the top link. Click Use App, install the Reddit app, create an account, and then click join once you're at our subreddit. We'd love to have you join us on the subreddit. Once again, the link is below. Acid Bath Princess says, I find it amazing when I see how much weight I've lost in my face. I'm literally a whole new person, and it's the only thing that makes me feel proud of myself. Hashtag 50 pounds down. Princess AM says, the top picture was taken in February and the bottom just now. Same jeans, just a 22-pound difference. When I got the jeans in February, they were so tight, but I couldn't face going a size up. Now, they're too big for me. Maddie says, surpassed my weight loss goal. I started at 183 pounds in January, left, and set a goal of reaching 150, 5'7" for reference. I am now 149 pounds, right, and have set a new goal for myself of 140. Thanks for sharing Future Narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. Thanks for watching Narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.